I'm buzzing in the street. Everybody talking about Drumma Boy. Then an Ovation drop. Then we drop White Girl. Then Plies reach out, man. I do Shawty. Come on. Then Rocco reach out. I do I'ma Do Me. Then Drake call out the blue. You know what I'm saying? First song we do, Money to Blow. Rick Ross call, we do Here I Am. 2 Chainz, I'm riding around, I'm getting it.
I love that.
August Alsina hit, man. We do No Love featuring Nicki Minaj. Walker, he got hard in the paint. I give him no hand. It's a photo shoot. First record me and Gucci did. Followed by I Think I Love Her. I was like, man, I'm Drumma Boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm making beats. I got this song out. I got this song out. I'm on the radio. Woo, woo. That nigga looked me in my eye. I'm like, man, you ain't gonna be shit doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Tears are coming down my eyes, nigga. I was like, man, you got me fucked up, nigga. I'm Drumma Boy. I pull out 10,000 cash.
Y'all have a lot of talent, but I feel like Memphis is just so divided.
At the same time, it's a lot of W's. God is showing a incredible example of unification, and Dolph was doing it too.
Do you think that they would have eventually settled their differences?
Once a nigga lose respect for you, you know what I mean? It ain't no turning back.
The diss song was just kind of like, there's no resolution.
It went too personal. So I think once it go personal, it ain't no turning back.
Word with me, yeah, you know BT. Suit so low, shout out OCT. No real cap, call out what we see. Whole game ready, baller blitz on 3. No, you can't stand on your own 2 feet. I already know you can't ball with me. Cause I it up with the squad and me. They get a letter, they calling me. BallerAlert. 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 BallerAlert.
BallerAlert, welcome to the BallerAlert Show podcast, available everywhere you get your podcast. Please continue to like, subscribe, and share our YouTube page at BallerAlert TV. I go by the name of Ferrari Simmons.
I go by the name You Know BT.
CT, what that?
Oh man, a living legend is in the building. Drumma Boy.
Yeah, boy. What's happening?
You got to host a show with us, okay, sir?
Let's do it.
Just in case
You missed it.
Drake declares Sexy Red is his rightfully wife. Kisses her in a new picture. Did you guys see that trending everywhere?
Yeah, I see it was #1 trending on Twitter. He said if it's gonna get smoky. First of all, what does Drake be getting all this slang from? Is this like Canada slang
Drake
he
is
be
always
using?
He make it
ahead
up
of the
as he
curve.
go.
Yeah.
He said if my wifey catch you backstage, it's gonna get smoky.
Well, if she catch y'all thirsty.
Yeah,
like,
if thirsty is gonna get smoky. I'm like, man, where the hell does Drake come up with all this terminology?
That should be serious though. What he say be serious, but it be funny at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like it's a sense of humor. I think he got a classy sense of humor.
This was good for Sexy Red, though.
yeah.
Salute to her.
Sexy Red is on the run.
getting all the
By the
cosigns.
way, Sexy Red is probably the hottest rapper out right now.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody would disagree. I heard 4 of her songs in the club last night. I said, damn.
With the hoes.
The Baby
Town.
I was
remix.
looking for the hoes. Of course, Pound Town.
Yep.
There's one more.
The Baby
The baby
remix.
remix.
Yeah, but I'm talking about hers. Like
She got a
has
song with Nicki.
Yeah, Pound Town.
Yeah, that's the
Pound Town
remix.
too.
That's the Pound Town
Yeah, it's
remix.
Pound Town too. But yeah, she got some
I said,
expressive
wait.
songs.
She has 4 songs
That's not
in the
hard.
club.
And then I'm looking for the hoes.
But you know,
Where they at?
somebody said she's like their Michael Jackson.
All right, man, they got to chill.
And then
now.
she said,
They got to chill now. I love Sexy
I like
Red.
that song. I like that song though.
Man, you better stop saying that because you don't know what she's saying.
I think if she get her shows like even tightened up even more, she gonna be winning. You gotta have that performance together. You know what I mean? A lot of artists, they skip the artist development side. So, you know what I'm saying? Artists, man, get your artist development on. You know what I'm saying? Get you some background dancers if you don't dance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Get you put some of that money you make into your production. You know what I'm saying? On your show production. So you can, have some fireworks going off or some shit. You know?
Yeah. When you talk about her, when she's talking about her booty hole is brown. Okay. Nas is dropping a new album Friday. Are we here for that?
Always. Nas in there.
I ain't say nothing, BT. You're not ready for it?
after he just got done talking about Pound Town.
Yeah, this is like a big switch, man. He like, we talking about Pound Town, he goes like, Nas.
Yeah.
I'm over here like,
We're dropping a new album Friday.
Disease 4?
I don't know the name of it.
Hit Boy brought my dog back though. You know what I'm saying? I always
one
been a
time
big
for Nas.
Nas, smooth, you know what I'm saying? Like Gangsta, you know what I'm saying? Giving us some kind of education, you know what I mean? And trying to put us up on the jewels, you know what I mean? So I respect Nas.
Yeah, salute to Nas, man. He one of those rappers that's still coming out with albums when he don't have to. Because Nas got a lot of money. You know what I'm saying?
I think he loves the sport of rap.
And he got a Grammy doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Well deserved too, because he has his first album was Grammy worthy to me.
Oh yeah. Right.
Okay, shout out to Nas. Lil Durk cancels upcoming festival performances and postpones tour dates as he recovers from his recent health issues, dehydration, and exhaustion.
Need that
First and
walk.
foremost, prayers to Lil Durk. I hope he kind of, sees that through because we need you out here, my boy.
Oh, yeah. We just talking about how hot it was in Vegas and how hot it's been this summer, man. You need that H2O, man.
And you working, man. Like when you working, you forget to eat, you forget to sleep. It'd be a whole bunch of shit going on. And that shit will lead up to you multiple times as you do it.
And most importantly, drink water. Your body needs at least 80 ounces.
Yeah.
Sometimes you forget to do all that.
You see, I just burned my tongue on my sub sandwich because I forgot to eat today.
You almost burned your body in Vegas, right?
At 4 o'clock p.m., you forgot to eat.
Man, listen, when you working, man,
that's an example is what I'm saying.
I drink a lot of water, so that's what helped me when I was in Vegas because Delta, they got to come off some coins.
Oh, everybody finna get free flights.
Man,
everybody's complaining. People passed out in the plane because of how hot the plane was because the AC wasn't working.
In Vegas? Or
in Vegas.
Planes leaving Vegas to go wherever they're going. People on the plane were passing out.
Delta planes the only ones complaining. Spirit.
Well, it was a Delta.
Man, I seen
situation.
Spirit and everybody taking off. We was stuck on the plane because they couldn't get the engine to start because it overheated because of how hot it was. And I'm in the plane and the AC goes out and we just sitting on the plane and I'm watching Spirit take off. Watching American take off. Yeah. I'm like, this supposed to be Delta.
Damn, dog.
It was so hot too. A lot of people passed out and soiled themselves as well.
Yeah.
It was hot. I know it was hot over there because it was hot in Atlanta. It was 94 degrees in Atlanta.
Man, I ain't never felt nothing like that 116.
We got to do better, Delta, man. Come on. I fuck with Delta.
They need some new planes.
Thank you.
They need new planes.
Can we all get the planes that have the new shit? Like you know what I'm talking about? Like
you get on those like once every blue moon. You like, hey, what is this?
I was on the Delta plane and they had all the bad shit. It was it was old as hell.
I don't know, man. They making so much money, man. Like even I had to fly. They had to route me through American Airlines, and I got on that American Airlines flight. I said, man, how am I on a 3-hour flight with no TV?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of what is it? Southwest. I don't think they got TVs.
Mm-mm. Okay. Fabulous recently said on social media, no disrespect to any female rappers out, but I think there's only one style of female rap hip hop being promoted, programmed, and looked at as successful now. Thoughts? You guys agree?
Female rappers on top, they rap about what they've been through. You know what I'm saying? And they taking a negative lifestyle or, their previous past life and turning it into success and a bankroll and able to provide more for their families. So, you know what I mean?
I think it was once like that, like at the, like the Cardi B type era when Jermaine Dupri was saying about stripper culture and stuff being promoted. But now I feel like we have more of a variety because I don't feel like Lola Brooke is talking about the same thing as Sexy Red and Sexy Red doesn't sound like an Ice Spice. I feel like I think we're coming into a wider variety of female rappers.
I agree with that. I don't really know what Fab's statement is coming from because just like Ox said, I'm seeing a variety of different type of, rap that you can listen to because Ice Spice, her music is a whole lot different from.
I done turned into a fan of Ice Spice, actually.
I love Ice Spice.
I like Ice Spice too.
Keep it a stop.
But I really like Sexy Red, man. I don't. It's just something about her music in the club. It's just even if you're a man, it make you want to turn up. It works. I don't know what she be saying half the time. I don't know.
It's not for us, but
the lyrics.
It's crazy. Like people will tell you to be true to yourself or man, make music that's you or da 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 da, and then people go do that, blow up, have success, and then now. Oh, it's ruining the community. Oh, it's a negative impact on us. Da, 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 da. But she just being who she is.
Right.
Like
Did you see she went viral? Sexy Red went viral. She went to some schools and paid for haircuts and got bundles for the kids, the girls, and they were going crazy because they was like, why is she going? She has a song called...
Yeah, they thought she was going to perform.
They thought she was going to perform. That was weird.
I knew she wasn't going to perform because I was like, bro, there's no way on God's green earth she about to go in there and sing Pound Town. You know what I'm saying? I'm like...
At a high school.
I knew that she was giving away something. I thought she was probably going to be going there giving away a check.
too, bro.
Yeah.
For sure. No, it was a great deed that she did. And a lot of people saw a problem with that. Like you said, they thought she was going to perform and she did not. She just, and she said, how hard it was for her during prom season. So she wanted to give back to the young ladies who want to look good on their prom night. Because a lot of people do haircuts, but a lot of people don't buy bundles.
Facts.
You gotta do real shit, man. Get back to the community, you know what I mean? And be clever with your way of doing that. And I think she did that. She got everybody talking on a negative level and then fucked y'all up again, goddamn it.
Yeah,
man. I like what she doing. Another thing too, I know it's not on the sheet in case you missed it, but a lot of people are talking about Lil Baby tours being canceled, like the shows being canceled. What do y'all feel about that?
Why is the show being
I ain't heard
canceled?
about that.
Well, they saying because of the ticket sales that his shows are being canceled, and I'm always on Twitter looking at what's the talk of the town is per se, but I seen like Academic says something about, he was like, yo, these fans aren't real fans anymore. He was like, these fans are like overnight fans that like rappers are, gaining. Like, how you feel about that, Drumma Boy? You feel like, the core fan base is like kind of going away into like where people are just hopping on trends about like who's popular right now?
I think it's always been like that, to be honest with you. It was just more money made in the previous, in the 90s and the early 2000s. Now just, the way streams are going and TikTok and different trends, you got to really come with substance. You got to come with something that people going to respect you for outside of just the music. You know what I'm saying? And I think if you become a triple threat, that's what make you, like, okay, he can do movies. Okay, he cool. Okay, he got an actual personality. He funny in real person. You know what I mean? He you might go doing movies. You know what I mean? And just being creative like a 50 Cent or a Ludacris, you know what I mean? And elevating your career, because you use this as a platform to get other things. Michael Jordan took price cut, right? He won the highest paid NBA player, this and that. But if you look at how much money he was making off the court, look at the way he was branding himself. So now he's set up, he's still making $400 million a year. Like, you got to set yourself up like a Jay-Z or a Nas. You know what I mean? And I'm just following the blueprints.
I think also, back in previous generations, like Gen X and, early millennials, they kind of view concerts a different way. Like, Gen X would go see a New Edition. They would go buy records of Michael Jackson and things of that nature. And I feel like now with this, later millennials and Gen Zers and the younger generation, they want to be the stars, you know what I'm saying? They got their own fan base, so it's not like they trying to see you. They trying to get their stuff up to see, to collab with you or try to get on the same stage as you. Right. And I feel like that's a factor as well. Like,
you feel like most people feel like they can do what like a lot of rappers are doing nowadays that are successful, because I just don't like the simple fact of it's like these fans are trying to like turn on these artists so fast, because it's like, I'm a fan of Lil Baby, and then when I see stuff like that on the internet, like, it makes me agree with you. Like, I feel like everybody's looking at these artists and be like, hey, I can do that. You know what I mean? Like, why this person has all these fans when I feel like I can do that too?
And they feel like that because of the internet. They can get 100K on their TikTok and feel like they're a star, go viral off one video and feel like, oh, I could do this. And it really takes, like you said, artist development and really cultivating your art to, have longevity to become a Jay-Z. But, people are lazy too. But I feel like they just get that one little spark of fame, or attention that they looking for on TikTok or Instagram or whatever, and try to run with it.
Yeah, and then, when you gain a certain following behind a certain cause, like, okay, you killed somebody. You know what I'm saying? So now you blow up overnight, everybody listening to your music, you know what I mean? You got to keep that up. You know what I'm saying? Or you will love hip-hop, you know what I'm saying? Or guess or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And you might have beat somebody's ass and went viral. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, okay, he don't play, man. Goddamn, that boy don't play. You got to keep that up. You know what I mean? So whatever it is that you're doing, you got to be consistent with it. If I'm known for having that shit in the street, I got to keep that up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or as you come to me and I ain't got it, you finna go to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Damn, you know what I'm saying? My folks in town, I gotta get something from somebody, you know what I mean? So the party always gonna go on, you know what I mean? And you have to keep up. You might inherit somebody else, you dating somebody. You know what I'm saying? And now you inheriting they fans. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool when y'all together, but the minute you break up, the minute you do something to her, she do something to you, now y'all fans against each other. You know what I mean? So you gotta be careful how you align yourself, you know what I mean, and be consistent at what you do. Whatever it is you do, that you hit your big break. For me, it was making good music, so I got to keep that up.
I think Lil Baby's tour dates are happening like that is because I think a lot of the artists that are on his tour with him are newer artists with not bigger fan bases. So I feel like when he was with Dirk or him and Drake, like people want to go to a One Music Fest because it's 17
artists.
Drakes, 17.
So festivals are spoiling.
Like the festival thing
fans.
is spoiling the tour with Lil Baby, and then he's looking out for his folks. Like shows on there. It's artists that are new, that don't have big fan bases. Like
Which that's how
Lil
tours
Baby.
used to be though. That's how you used to find out new artists.
Correct, but I don't remember festivals being like how they are. It's multiple big festivals. So I'm just kind of looking at it a little different. Like, yo, like what is he? Because Dirk has his own tour, Baby has his own tour, Drake has his own tour. When in reality, I just thought maybe them three should have been on the tour. It should have been Drake, Dirk, and Lil Baby. Now them's gonna sell out all the arenas, in my professional opinion.
Versus them having to choose the
versus
fans.
them having to choose, because Drake's tour is going to be a lot more expensive. He's in New York on 3 dates, and people will have to be like,
And
this
you
is
got
high. It's a $400 ticket.
And we coming off a pandemic still. People
And we
ain't up.
got Beyonce, we got all these big people, Taylor Swift, we got people that really rock. And then, especially if you see them on Instagram and all this, you might not want to be intrigued to go see them. But if it's a bill with Drake, Dirk, and Lil Baby, I'm gonna be over here like, oh yeah, I'm going to that.
Mm-hmm.
But salute to the legacy artists who can do this on their own,
Absolutely.
because that's difficult.
Yeah.
And you don't know what like health wise, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just mental therapy. We want all these artists healthy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We don't know what they going through or what
Facts.
came up, or your son that had an emergency, or one of your kids that had an emergency.
Because that happens.
You know what I mean? Go spend, like, I can't miss these moments.
Life be lifing.
Broke his arm and he got to have surgery, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Was in a car accident, anything. Like,
And you
don't
may
know.
not can say that publicly.
Correct.
It may be man, I got some exhaustion issues, It could be as simple as, damn, I got some family things I got to take care of that may not need to go public.
Yeah.
It could be some shit like that.
But shout out to Lil Baby. He just opened a seafood restaurant in Atlanta.
I gotta go check that out.
Oh yeah, you know Atlanta, we love our seafood. We gonna partake.
Tennis in the hood.
Yep. So you know it's good.
And, and I heard it's not as expensive as like the boiler or
It's
juicy
it's
crab. It's
reasonable.
reasonable
Yeah.
priced.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So shout out to him.
Yeah.
I fuck with Lil Baby and everything he got going on.
You already know what's going on. It's Drumma Boy, a.k.a. D-Boy Fresh, and you tuned in right here with me on the BallerAlert show. We beneficial. Hey, yeah.
And we're back with the BallerAlert Show podcast. Drumma Boy is in the building.
Yeah, boy.
It's like you just gotta say that, you know?
Boy.
Hey, yeah, boy. Listen to this track, beat.
Well,
Where did those tags come from?
Come on, start right there.
Man, tags just, creatively. You know what I'm saying? You got to come up with it. Hey, yeah, boy came from me rapping. I was rapping. I was doing a feature for Gangsta Boo. She was like, man, I need you on the track, man. I need a 12 right here, fool. And I put a 12 on that joint, and I'm saying, hey, yeah, boy, behind my verse. And she was just like, man, you need to make that your tag. You know what I'm saying? R.I.P. Gangsta Boo.
R.I.P.
Gangsta Boo was like my
Gangsta Boo,
sister,
yeah.
man.
You
Yeah.
and Gangsta Boo had a really close relationship.
Absolutely.
How did that affect you?
Man, it's still a blow. You know what I'm saying? It's still like avoid missing, because I already lost my brother, R.I.P. Insane Wayne.
man.
And she was like both of them together. Just crazy, funny, just calling me, just on me like, man, keep doing this, fool. Man, fuck these folk, fool. Man, talk your shit, fool. Pop your shit, nigga. Jump out your, you know what I mean? She just want a nigga to wake up. Like, come on, bro. You. You know what I'm saying?
Motivate.
Stun on these nigga, fool. Take this shit, fool. Like, you know what I mean? She was that cheerleader, but that motivator, that inspiration at the same time. So
it's safe to say you were a 3 6 Mafia fan.
oh, fucking right. Come on, man. DJ Paul, my nigga.
Because you from Memphis.
Yeah,
Memphis.
born
What
and
part of
raised.
Memphis?
South Memphis.
South
Black Haven.
Memphis.
B-A-Z.
Can we talk about the sides? What's the nice part of Memphis? Is it the north side?
Nice part of Memphis used to be, it still is, I guess, in certain areas, Collierville,
What part of Memphis?
Germantown. This is suburbs. So
But what part is it?
Where
North,
is it?
south?
So Germantown is like south, you know what I'm saying? It's on the bottom closer to Mississippi.
Okay.
But it's further east.
Like out of the
so
city a little
south,
bit.
You know what I'm
bit.
saying?
Okay,
like
okay.
kind of more northeast.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So Collierville would be northeast, and then even Germantown would be a little bit kind of like
It's really nice over
north.
there. A lot of people I've seen is from South Memphis. And I've heard some people say they're from East Memphis.
Yeah, East Memphis. I've
never really
is
heard
like,
West.
West Memphis is Arkansas. So if you're from Memphis, you ain't really claiming that because that's really Arkansas.
That's where BT's from.
So you know what I'm saying? Like that's Arkansas. But people be like, I'm from Memphis. You know what I'm saying? Because they come to Memphis every day.
That
they
shit
work in
really
Memphis. They might
is
go
right
to school
there
in Memphis.
at the state line.
You don't say you from Arkansas. You from West
Memphis. Correct.
You just be like, I'm from West Memphis. I'll be like,
if you from Little Rock, you from Little Rock. You from Fayetteville, you from Fayetteville. You from anywhere else, you from there. But West Memphis, the only people that can really take.
So you wanted to be a rapper first?
I was rapping and making beats. I was a high school cafeteria king. You know what I'm saying? I was always beating on tables and freestyling. You know what I'm saying? Or cats was freestyling on my beats and whatever. So it just kind of became a thing. The ornament on the Christmas tree was the little Drumma Boy that my grandmama gave me. So it was just like, damn. And I kind of just put two and two together.
You know how to play the drums?
Oh, yeah, a little bit. You know
what instruments do you play?
Clarinet, piano, guitar, bass, little drums, you know what I'm saying? But I'm more of a programmer. And I arrange and compose. I respected the conductor. My dad was in the orchestra, you know what I'm saying? And my mom was in the opera, plus the church choir and
That's
whatnot.
Fire.
So it
was around you. You had no choice.
And that's the orchestra was my babysitter. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So by 3 or 4, I could tell the difference between violas and violins and cellos and trombones and, you know what I'm saying, French horns and like.
That's why it's good to learn early.
Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Between the church, I think the church was like the biggest glue for me, you know what I'm saying, because it was a little bit cooler. You know what I'm saying? Like my dad was really trying to force the orchestra on me and I just got good at it just because of how much, anything that you put in 18 hours a day, 15 hours a day, 10 hours a day, you gonna master it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you done this 5, 10, 15 years. So by the time I kind of, my brother introduced me to the beat making process. He took me to my first studio, you know what I'm saying? And like that was like the feeling of being in a spaceship. Like, okay, I can control this. I'm my own pilot. I can
How old are you at this time when you're?
Probably 12, 13, first studio.
So at a young age, you already knew. Did you know at that time you were going to be a producer? Or you was
I didn't. I thought I was going to make it to the NBA, honestly.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? I was slam dunk contest.
Everybody from Memphis think they going to the NBA.
We hooping. I had a few D1, D2 scholarships.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it was going down for me. It just, at my height, 5'11", 6 foot, you know what I mean? You point guard all day, period. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to be that 2, that 3 on the wing. Had I got 6'3", 6'4", I probably would have been in there.
And this is Memphis in the 90s. Right, yeah. Like when you were growing up, and so like you said, 3 6 Mafia, all those people, Project Pat is on the radio.
Player Fly, Gangsta Black.
Player Fly,
man.
Project Pat.
Yeah.
Project Pata.
How was the city at that time?
Man, it's always the city that love to hate. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you can pass the hate, you gonna get checked, you gonna get roasted, you gonna get joned, you gonna get, you know what I'm saying? And if you learn how to jone back, that's what make you okay, all right. You know what I'm saying? You gotta balance the hate with the fight back. You know what I'm saying? And when a nigga see you can scrap, it's just like anything else. And niggas ain't fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? So it was a few fights we had, you know what I'm saying? Bam, it's a few moments that you have to prove yourself and really see what you made of when you standing in front of 500 people. You know what I'm saying? Man, places where we've sold out and had the whole room literally reciting every word, you know what I'm saying, on the rap shit, as well as the beats. You know what I mean? One of the first groups I produced was a group called Trill. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing all the beats, I'm mixing.
How old are you at this time? All the songs,
17.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And bam, dropped a project, did another project with a group called The Faculty.
That was next?
Yep.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So bam, just.
So y'all in high school.
So this practice.
This is practice.
You know what I'm saying? And man, me, I'm making the beats. I'm recording these niggas. I'm rapping on the beats. I'm coming up with
engineering.
hooks.
You're making the beats. You're engineering. Are you mixing?
Mixing and mastering everything, and burning the CDs, marketing and promotion, hitting all the barbershops.
So he took it back. He said burning the CDs.
He's no limit right now.
Oh yeah, we was at the barbershops. We had the nail salons.
So when did you get your first when did you get your first hit record that you was like, yo?
In the street was Gotti. That's what's up.
Yo Gotti, that's what's up.
I did 4 on his Life album.
Like, how did he call you?
I met him in the mall. You know what I'm saying? Just moving around. Like, okay, so probably 13, 12. You know what I'm saying?
2013.
Yeah, I just was my last year in the Haven. You know what I'm saying? End up, man, some guys try to jump me. Bam, I done took down 3 of them. It's one last dude. Bam, I'm smashing him in the face with a clarinet case. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Are you walking home
Literally.
from school or something?
Yeah, I'm coming home from school. You know, and nigga might think it's sweet. You got a clarinet case, or you play clarinet, or this or that. Woo, woo, woo. So it was one of them situations. Bam, I fucked these niggas up.
How many of them were?
You know what I'm saying? It's 4 niggas. 3 of them then got on, you know what I'm saying, and skedaddled. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Got in some trouble, long story short. And it was literally like some Fresh Prince of Bel-Air shit. Like, you moving with your mom and auntie to Bel-Air? Like, I moved to Cordova.
Where's that?
So this suburb.
That's the nice
So
area.
Cordova, okay, yeah, it's nice at that time for sure. So NLE Chopper just graduated from Cordova High School. I was the first graduating class,
Okay.
2001.
Who'd you move with?
My mama.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So it's like just me and my mama. She got a new job out there, bam. So Germantown Parkway, a 1-lane street. This before Wolf Chase Galleria Mall even existed. Type
wow.
shit. So niggas who from Memphis know what I'm talking about. So bam, when I got to that side, it's really like north. So I'm from the South Memphis, you know what I'm saying? But it's predominantly white area. It was this one little hood in Bridgewater, you know what I'm saying? So I get cool with them, da-da-da-da-da. And I started learning about Bolton. I started learning about Bartlett, other suburbs. I started learning about Raleigh, which is more, you know what I'm saying, west, you know what I'm saying, but not over the state line.
So you see Gotti in the mall.
I learned about Raleigh. I don't know nothing about Raleigh and Raleigh, Egypt, and this whole area I'm from. I know about Whitehaven and Hamilton. I went to Alsea Elementary. So, bam, I started meeting a whole different side. Germantown, with, you know, as I played varsity basketball. So, bam, 9th grade, we didn't have a 10 for 11 for 12th grade. You know what I'm saying? It was just 9th grade. And I'm playing against all these other high schools, bumping the Gotti at the mall. And at it's a mall in Raleigh. You know what I'm saying?
Did you know who he was at the time?
Okay. He was on this come up just like anything else. He, you know, underground, like a lot of the rappers in Memphis, you know, they might be known locally. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And we call it like underground.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the underground.
So he's not
scene
Yo
in
Gotti
Memphis,
yet.
Not quite.
He's headed there.
You know, he's only dropped one project.
Oh, so he popping in the streets.
When he really was popping in the streets on some whole other
On
shit.
some other shit.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? He was that nigga on some whole other shit.
Got it.
And was you know what I'm saying? Transitioning into that rap. You know what I mean? And we bumped into each other. I told him I had some beats. We met at Nick Scoffo, R.I.P. Scoffo. That was like the owner of Prophet Posse.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They was some of the guys who signed DJ Paul.
So did you give him a beat CD? Like,
I gave him a beat CD, which I always would put my number on it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So he called me like, man, I want you to meet me to the studio. I got a couple of them beats I want. And he was working on the Life album. So this I&E days, Inevitable Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Like the beginning, Gotti, the first official album.
So now he's fucking with you, and
I did 12 songs on that album. So I did 4 tracks, my brother did 4 tracks, and my producer Swizzo did 4 tracks on the Life album. He did a track on there called Shout It. I got white, shout it, cheap price, shout it.
Mm-hmm.
So that was one of the singles that helped him get the deal with TVT. Bam. Next album come out, Back to the Basics. That's What's Up come out.
Yeah.
And when you see me shout it, pop you collar, then you holler.
That's what's up.
What up, drummer? Hey, what up, mama?
Was you at the studio when he made that?
Nah.
So
I dropped the beat, tracked out everything. We was dropping beats on that tape.
But this was the first song that went everywhere.
In the streets, in the clubs, in the radio. Like for me,
how did that feel?
Oh, it was amazing, man. The beat was already like prolific and anthem and triumphant. You know what I'm saying? And I always wanted to, you know, just glorify, you know, what we stand for. You know what I'm saying? And what we about. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, you should just shout out everybody.
But what about when he dissed everybody?
He was shouting out most people, but you know what I'm saying? He did
No,
3
you
6
don't
Mafia.
like me.
I'm like, damn, man, I'm cool with these niggas. You know?
Yeah,
what
that's what I'm saying.
We gonna get there in a second.
Yeah,
but
so
keep going.
this was the beginning of me getting in just feeling that, like, damn, like, ooh.
What grade? You was in high school, right?
Yeah, I was in high school.
So what happened after That's What's Up?
Tennessee Titans. You know what I mean? I got with Tila. I got a call from my brother. He was like, man, I'm at House of Blues. I had graduated high school. You know what I'm saying? I'm this the summer going into my first year of college. Hell yeah, I've been.
You making money from beats?
I was making $100 tapes just out of my bass tapes.
But at the same time, like I said, your parents were scholars, so they really thought that school was important for you, right?
Right, but my dad don't know nothing about this shit.
Okay. While you was doing it.
Yeah, my dad ain't know nothing about this shit because I knew, you know, my dad at that time was just so strict, you know what I mean?
This is hip hop because it's still.
Yeah,
So he didn't know you was. He didn't know you was
like
producing
rap
music.
and like
He's a classical.
Yeah, he a classically trained musician.
He's like, boy, don't come in here playing that rap.
Yeah, like you know what I mean. So this was like some whole other. I would have to practice, do what I do for him. Yes sir, no sir, and then go out.
But your beats always sounded like marching bands. Like it always sounded classical orchestra.
I would implement what I had. Like I grew up in that shit. You know what I'm saying? And the difference is between me and him, like he can play Beethoven and Mozart and Sebastian every day, all day.
That's wild.
You know what I mean? When I would go to his orchestra performances and whatnot, I look at the conductor. He the one in charge of all the music. I'd be like, man, that's what I want to. You know what I mean? So it was a motivation from young that was like, okay, I know what I want to do. You know what I'm saying?
You just did it in a different form.
Yeah, I'm not no follower. Like I appreciate the guidance and the theory and the musicianship and the discipline. And man, my dad was in the Navy, so I had to do 100 push-ups every morning when I woke up.
I could see that.
How does Drumma Boy go from that to Jeezy?
Okay, so after I graduated high school, I went to University of Memphis. I stuck in University of Memphis for 2 years. During that time, I was just trying to make my name bigger, so I had That's What's Up. I got with Tila. I got a call my first year in college. I got with Tila and pulled up on him, end up doing Tennessee, 23s, I keep it clean, man, Tennessee. Okay. Yeah, so this the first year we got the Tennessee Titans. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, I'm going to make an anthem for the Tennessee Titans. So I jump on the mic, do the hook. Tila like, oh, man, this shit going to be crazy. I called Gotti. Gotti come through, put a verse on. I called Gangsta Boo. Gangsta Boo put a verse on it. Tila put a verse on it. Haystack was white rapper from Nashville. I was like, man, I'm gonna get my nigga Haystack. Was going crazy at the time. Put Haystack on the record. Criminal Man. Put Criminal Man on that record. And put all them people on one record for the Tennessee Titans anthem. So if you listen to Tennessee, I also did Strive and We Wangin' on that Double Dose album. That was the Double Dose album for Tila. So Tennessee played like 5-6 times a day on Memphis radio.
Did this make you drop out of college?
Nah, I got kicked out of college due to unattendance because I was traveling back and forth to Atlanta. So that's my junior year.
So why are you traveling to Atlanta? People are calling you now
Pastor Troy ended up calling me. That's one of the first people I worked with. You know what I'm saying? Outside of Gangsta Boo, who was living in Atlanta. Okay. So I was working on her album. I did 2 songs on Soap Opera, The Inquiring Minds Part 2. I did a couple other songs, but one of the songs was City Streets, and the other song was Sippin' and Spinning featuring Bun B. So Sippin' and Spinning go crazy. Gangsta Boo, Jacob York put that project out. So he put marketing dollars behind it. That shit get to going everywhere. I'm starting to float around in Texas. You know what I mean? I just did the shit with Tila. Scarface called me. At 19, I'm doing Never, Never.
That was a big record.
That was one of the on Made album. So you know what I mean? That's my first placement on Scarface. I ain't even 20 yet.
You know where I'm going though. When did you get the call to do
so
Put On?
I'm gonna get you there. So Pastor Troy called me and was like, man, I had did some beats for some niggas in Chicago, did some beats for some niggas in Florida, did some beats for some more niggas in North Carolina. All of them niggas got features from Troy. Troy was like, he had to call me. He's like, bro, I gotta get your number, bro. I done rapped on 3 of your beats, bro. If I rap on another one of your beats, I gotta meet you. You know what I mean? So
you hadn't even met this man and he didn't rap on your beats.
But I'm buzzing in the street. Everybody talking about Drumma Boy. When I was 17, 18, 19, everybody talking about Drumma Boy. Drumma, Scarface. I'm on Scarface. You know what I'm saying? I'm on Tila.
That's
I'm on
wild.
Yo Gotti. You know what I'm saying? I'm on, man, Pastor Troy. Make them get that money right. Pop that pussy. Make them get that money right. So now I got Atlanta strip clubs.
Remember?
Now I got Atlanta strip clubs.
Facts.
I ain't even old enough to get in a strip club.
How did your dad feel at this time? Did he know yet? Because he had to know when you dropped out. I mean, when you got kicked out of school.
He found out 3 months into my suspension. You know what I'm saying? He cool with the dean of the university. I had just dropped Make 'Em Get That Money Right, pop that pussy, so I'm going crazy in the club. You know what I'm saying? And bam.
Is he understanding?
I'm working with Boys in the Hood at the particular time. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? So Block ENT like, man, you going crazy out here in these clubs, man. You know what I'm saying? I gotta work with you. I did some shit with Bo Hagen, did some shit with Polo, some other people at Noontime, you know what I'm saying? Jazzy Faye, I was working on him. So bam, he was like, man, I gotta get some work with you. And I ended up doing Trap Niggas for Jody Breeze and Jeezy. And I had just did Stacking Paper on Jody Breeze mixtape featuring Slim Thug. So now I got Bun B, Scarface, Slim Thug, you know what I'm saying? Texas going crazy. Bam. Jeezy about to go solo. You know what I'm saying? And my dad called me in that moment right there. Like, he found out. You know what I mean? So I basically was just
hiding,
juking and moving, you know what I'm saying? I knew I was gonna get the call at some point. He called me, man, what the fuck is going on, man? You got kicked out of school. And he was looking at the classes that I'm flunking. Like, I'm flunking fucking PE. I'm flunking, you know what I'm saying?
Easy
shit that
classes.
He know math. Like, man, you good at math. You good at PE, you know what I mean? But I was like, I just ain't in town, Pop, you know what I'm saying? He was like, what you doing, da-da-da. So he was pissed off. He was like, basically, I don't give a fuck where you at. I need to see you tonight. I'm in Atlanta. I just, you know what I'm saying, pulled back in from North Carolina or some shit. It's like noon. So I like, fuck it, I'm going to get on the road right now. I got to Memphis like 6:30, pull up on Pop by 7. And he got down, looked me in my eye and tell me basically like, man, what you doing? Concerned with my time and this and that, how I was spending my time. And he was like, man, he found out. I was like, man, I'm Drumma Boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm making beats. I got this song out. I got this song out. I'm on the radio. Woo, woo. That nigga looked me in my eye. I was like, man, you ain't going to be shit doing that shit.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Tears just coming down my eyes, nigga. I was like, man, you got me fucked up, nigga. I'm Drumma Boy. I pull out 10,000 cash, put it on the table. You know what I'm saying? He like, man, you can't buy your mama the house you want. You can't buy her the car she want, da-da-da. You ain't even got no bank account, I bet you. You ain't got no debit card. You ain't got no credit card. All this shit I did not have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm walking around with wads of money, like, you know what I'm saying? So that shit was needed.
How old are you when this happened?
I'm 20.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Can't even buy alcohol yet. Dang.
Man,
But
I'm
didn't
20.
y'all come up with a deal?
Yeah, so he made a bet with me that he was like, man, I bet you 100,000 in since you badass, man. 10 times that. Let me see 100,000 in your bank account. I'll give you a year. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, he said bank account. So this is, you ain't gonna just be able to put no 100,000 cash into no bank account. Not at that time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, facts.
And I was like, I bet. And 10 months later, I got down. I remember taking him my bank statement and just popped up on him, showed him the bank statement, and he just started laughing. And we've been best friends ever since. Yeah. He just wanted to know I was serious at it. You know what I mean? He knew I was spending my time some kind of way. I told him I was making beats and whatnot, and at the end of the day, you got to prove yourself. You got to back up what you're talking. You know what I mean? And show that you can actually be successful doing it. And what's even crazier is, like, I did a video for my dad called The Conductor, and I conducted his last Memphis Symphony performance.
Fire.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, you get some snaps for that.
Love that.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Now, okay, thank you for that.
Jeezy.
You know where I'm going.
Oh, yeah.
Because that song is arguably one of the best songs I've ever heard in my life.
Mm-hmm.
You do Trap Niggas. What happens after that? How does Jeezy go solo?
Jeezy goes solo. He working on his album. I'm on the couch playing Halo. You know what I'm saying? I got down
on Xbox.
Yeah, on Xbox. I got down, look at the phone. I see like 8 missed calls from Coach K. I see another 8 missed calls from Jeezy. And I'm like, damn. So I called Coach. That was the first one calls I seen. Called Coach first. Man, you talk to Jeezy? Man, call Jeezy. Call Jeezy. Hang up. Call Jeezy. I like, all right, bet. Hang up, call Jeezy. Jeezy like, what up, though? I'm like, shit, what's good, nigga? You know what I'm saying? He was like, man, I need to see if you got this beat. He played a beat for me. And when he played the beat for me, my stomach just dropped because I knew I had just sold the beat. Not just sold the beat. I sold it to Big Cat, Young Sneed. So, you know what I'm saying? Young Sneed, I told Jeezy, I was like, man, I sold that shit 3 months ago, bro. That shit dust. That shit like the pack. You know what I'm saying? I can't get that back. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what Jeezy really like fucked with me because I stood on business. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of artists, a lot of producers, they would have sold the same beat. I done seen artists sell the same beat to 2 different people and act like ain't nothing finna happen.
Does that cause copyright issues?
Nah, that call getting your ass whooped issues. You know what I'm saying? You might get killed issues. You know what I'm saying? Like you sell me the same beat you sell him, and then y'all find out about it, and then we all in the same spot at the same time. Like, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, bro.
How did this get rectified?
I told him, give me the acapellas. You know what I'm saying? I started making beats off of acapella. So I was like, give me the acapella, I'm gonna make a better beat.
That shows
crazy.
the musician in you.
That's the musician in you for sure.
Hell yeah. So that's what I did. I pulled up. I was staying in Stone Mountain at the time. I just paid my rent. You know what I'm saying? $1,500. I was in a 3-bedroom. I went and got my brother and Swizzo, brought their ass down here to Atlanta. I went and got my niggas.
Damn, 3-bedroom for $1,500?
Hell yeah. I went and got my niggas out the
That's
spot.
on the
though.
outskirts.
Man, that's unheard of
I went and
nowadays.
got my brother out the trap, nigga. Swear to God, the next day the trap got raided.
Wow.
Swear to God. You know what I'm saying? And then he like, boy, you saved my life. Boy, I got in woo. So you know what I'm saying? I'm staying in Stone Mountain. You know what I mean? That's like a fucking 30 30-minute drive to Patchwork. You know what I'm saying? I probably just paid my rent. I probably had like $200-$300 in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? So gas, I bet. Fill up the tank, drive down to Patchwork, pick up the vocals, come back to Stone Mountain, start working on the first version. Mind you, Jeezy turning in the album. Like, that's why I got them many calls, because you're like, nigga, I'm turning in the album in the morning. I need the files to this shit. We down here with Leslie at Patchwork mixing the album. Nigga, what's up? You on my album, nigga, congratulations. Like, this the biggest album you can be on in the fucking...
in the country.
Yeah.
He was
like,
the biggest
nigga,
shit
Jeezy,
ever.
the biggest artist, was
On
coming
Def
out of...
Jam with the biggest budget.
Come on, man.
And how many songs did you do?
I just did one. That's all you needed.
What
You know
song was
saying?
it?
But I haven't confirmed this shit yet. I gotta find a beat that he like.
Damn.
So I got them make one version, go back to Patchwork. It's probably 2:00 in the morning. I got them play the first version. He like, man, that ain't it. You know, you be always sprung on the first shit you did.
Yeah.
Right.
You got that writer's, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
What they call that shit where it's some kind of you sprung on or whatever.
He already know what he wanted to hear, and he wasn't gonna.
And
stop
I know
it
he's
till you-
very particular.
Yeah, so he sprung
So-
on the first version. So all right, cool. I go back do another version. Come back, nigga. It's like 4:45.
You went all the way home to come back.
Yeah, I had to. That's where my equipment was at. At this time, nigga, it's heavy ass MPC outboard gear.
I was
It
gonna
wasn't
ask you-
just no laptop and digital FL Studio. One and none of that shit. Like, nigga, you had to track out each sound for sound. Like, nah, this shit was real deal. Big boy,
Which NPC was you on?
4,000.
Okay.
So
that
this
motherfucker
is so
was
you
big in
did,
here.
you did 3 versions.
So okay, I go back. Oh, this is
I did not know that.
I just got denied my second version. So I'm like, nigga, fuck that. So I'm down to probably $150. I done put some gas, I done burned some gas in this motherfucker. Got some food, got some more blunts. I'm trying to stay high. You know what I'm saying? Shit. I said, bro, I'm finna listen to the whole Trap or Die the whole way home. You know what I'm saying? The streets is watching. I goddamn pop that motherfucker, put that bitch in. I'm listening to every fucking song, and I'm like, God damn. You gotta do your homework. You gotta do your research, because the one thing I fucking noticed was that in every fucking beat, this nigga got horns.
Yeah.
So that's the first sound I go to on the third beat.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And that, once I heard the intro to it, hey, and them A's was sitting right, hey, bro, it was a rap. Put the drums on it, took it back down. It's probably 6:15.
And which song is this?
Standing Ovation.
Standing Ovation.
Standing
And I
Ovation.
pushed play. That was the first time I heard Jeezy say his ad-libs live in person. Like, literally.
But that wasn't his biggest record that you did.
That wasn't the biggest, no. But that was like
was
my
his
first
first.
platinum plaque.
Is that your favorite record?
That's
that you
my
did?
first platinum plaque. I am the trap.
How'd you feel when you got that first platinum?
Man, come on. I am the trap.
Standing Ovation.
That's
Does
how-
your life change immediately after this?
I am the trap.
Does your life change immediately after this?
I am the trap. Immediately, dog. Everybody
So
get to
those
calling
trips
me.
is worth it.
Oh, absolutely. Like, I probably went from them $200 in my pocket to like $200,000-$300,000.
Can you break that down? How that money, how the money worked? How did you? I mean, like you said, you had $200, but then you said $300,000 instantly. How did that come? Did that come like after the album was
150
done?
came from a publishing deal.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Just because, you know, I had
All
an
these
incredible
placements.
opportunity. Like, I made a U-turn one time. Squeak told me I was pulling into Memphis about to work on Ball and G. Squeak hit me out the blue. Was like, man, you might want to be here for this session in Atlanta. I'm like, bro, I'm literally driving into Memphis. So I called Ball and G, see if I could work on something, another play. You know what I mean? Push them back. He was like, man, we got to perform tonight anyway. So cool. I make a U-turn, go back to Atlanta, get to the studio, and I'm in the studio with Brian Michael Cox, John Tay, you know what I mean? Chris Hicks, man, did a lot with Mary J. Blige and all
Of
these
course,
different
of course.
things. Huge. You know what I mean? And at the time, he was the president of Warner Chapel. So, bam. He was like, after he heard the music from that night, he knew I was going to new heights. He didn't know where I was going to land placements and what was going to be what, but he publishing deal. Like, you know what I mean?
Instantly.
He hadn't even heard Standing Ovation. It wasn't even out yet. You know what I'm saying? That it was probably coming out in like 3 or 4 weeks. He didn't even know about that. Then Standing Ovation dropped. Then we dropped White Girl. You know what I'm saying? Then Plies reach out, man. I do Shawty, T-Pain. You know what I'm saying?
You did
Then-
that?
Keep going.
Come on, then
keep going,
Rocco
please.
reach out. I do I'ma Do Me. Then Drake called out the blue, one of my goons from Canada. He like, man, you know what I'm saying? I got an artist from Degrassi. He working. You what I'm saying? First song we do, Money to Blow.
Money to Blow. That's one of my favorite records.
Rick Ross called, we do Here I Am.
Keep going.
You know what I'm saying? 2 Chainz, I'm riding around, I'm getting
I
it.
love that song.
August Alsina hit, man. We do No Love featuring Nicki Minaj.
Keep going, please.
You know what I'm saying? Walker, Out the Blue. Man, bro, I need you, bro. Okay, bet. He got hard in the paint. I give him no hands. You know what I'm saying? It's a photo shoot. First record me and Gucci did. Followed by I Think I Love Her. And another whole 1,000 of records. Man, me and Gucci got about a catalog of 300-400 records that's out. That ain't even talking about the shit that we recorded.
So would you say this all sparked after the Jeezy Standing Ovation song?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Like that was like the beginning to everything.
Gotcha.
That was the standard.
That's the first platinum plaque, so you know they coming back.
Do you even have wall space for your
I just
plaques?
bought a whole nother house. You know what I'm saying? Just for
see that you hear that flex?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're one of the rare producers that can talk to people who want to kill each other. Like you literally have a relationship with people who have major beefs and you've never got in between that. Isn't that difficult for you?
It is, but what's different for me is
Like,
that
you
I
could
was
be-
cool with these niggas when they was cool.
Okay.
So don't put me in the middle of what y'all got going on. That ain't got shit to do with me. You see what I'm saying? Like we keep this shit.
Was
G.
it ever an awkward moment?
Hell no, cause I know how to move. I'm not over here click hopping. I ain't over here trying to hang with these niggas. I ain't over here trying to hang with these niggas. When I'm invited certain places or I need to host an event or do some business, man, let me know what it is. You know what I'm saying? But these I'm not claiming this shit. You know what I'm saying? I make the beats.
And you slick be knowing what it is, but you can't say nothing.
It ain't nothing for me to say. I ain't got nothing to do. I don't give a man. That's what you got that shit to handle. If you feel some way about this, man, it's up to you how you handle your business, not up to me.
And I like how you said, you wasn't going around being click to click. Like you wasn't be like, hey, I'm making beats, with the So Icy boy, so I'm So Icy, or
Man,
I'm
I don't want no
CT.
So Icy chain. None of that. I got Drum Squad chain, man. My chain big as these niggas chain. You know what I'm saying? I had a big ass gold and black motherfucking plaque by Icebox, man. Shout out to Mo.
Speaking of Drum Squad, do you have your own producers and artists under your? Is that a label?
Absolutely. Producers, artists, songwriters, musicians. You know what I'm saying? We just signed Cash J yesterday. Okay. New paperwork in the building. Cash J, one of the most incredible producers, man. This kid got so much great music, and we got hella music together, like Chris Beats, Northside, Beats by Avery, Questionizer, you know what I'm saying? Beats by Avery 13, Questionizer 19. Like we got young boys, and we got my boy 24, my other boy 27. Like man,
I like how you do artist development with your artists. I think that lacks in this time. I think a lot of people want everything to be ready, and sometimes things can seem like they're ready because of a hit record and people gravitating towards the record. But I think from what I've seen personally, I see that you do a lot of artist development, which I think is dope, and I think that's lacking in the industry. Do you agree?
Yeah, hell yeah, man, because, by the time you stop fucking with an artist, he just found himself. And now you put in all of that work with this person and then just watch him just take the fuck off. You know what I'm saying? I saw that with Young Blue. Young Blue was one of the first artists I had on the Drum Squad, and the people who was behind him was like, we out. You know what I mean?
Wait, they just left?
They had some differences, Young Blue ended up signing with Boosie. But the first song that got him his deal with Boosie was a song I produced called Go Ahead. You know what I mean? If you go look at the video right now, you see Drum Squad. The artwork got Drum Squad on it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bam, it be certain situations where I was like, all right, I got to start doing this for myself. You know what I mean? And bam, Spark Dog going crazy right now.
Being that you started off with Yo Gotti and seeing how he is kind of taking over the game right now with his label and having all the Memphis artists, how do you feel about Memphis, in their kind of resurgence in being in the forefront of hip hop now?
We've been pushing the flag forever. You know what I mean? Every picture, every photo, every moment, every interview, we throwing up Memphis. You know what I'm saying? We shining that spotlight on a lot of those artists. I've been working with Glorilla, man, for 7-8 years. You know what I mean? Glitter Gloss, man, same situation.
You been working them for years?
Oh, yeah, I've been knowing them. Like, I'm cool with these folks' daddies and mamas and
gotcha.
family. You know what I'm saying? Moneybag, Zebo, and a couple other guys was first to tell me about Moneybag.
Zebo.
You know what I'm saying? Kim Folk Thugs was popping at one particular time with a record, Bag It Up and Dump It. And the whole time this song popping and doing what it's doing, all he doing is telling me about the next who coming up, Young Dolph. Man, you gotta work with Young Dolph. Man, you gotta work with Young Dolph. My boy G, he would not let me live. You know what I'm saying? He's like, bro, you gotta work with Young Dolph. I got a video on my Instagram, Drumma Boy Fresh, where Dolph rapped for me the first time. And it's pinned. It's like one of my pinned posts. You know what I mean? But check that out.
How did losing Dolph affect you? Because I know it affected you.
Man, it's like, it felt like getting knocked out by Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you gotta find some way to pick yourself up. You know what I'm saying? Because this was like the homie, like, you know what I'm saying? Me and Gotti cool. You know what I mean? But the relationship I had with Dolph was just different. Like, Dolph was more like Gucci. You know what I'm saying? Some guy, like, you know, if I had to compare, I would say Gotti more like Jeezy. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They might be serious and in the studio and just, you know, for the most part, keep a certain tone. You know what I mean? Dolph or Gucci, silly as hell, cracking jokes. Man, what you want to eat, Drum? What we going to eat today, fool? You know what I'm saying? Man, we want the chicken. Give me what you get. I want that busy bee, man. Give me that quarter chicken, man. All white meat, man, with the yams and mac and cheese. Yeah, I want that. Rocco, same way, just outgoing. So
time for Rocco.
You know what I mean?
He said he got an album coming out. You believe that?
He said he got 3 of them. I don't know what I got on any of them. You know what I'm saying?
You can continue. Go ahead.
I'm just glad he dropping music. You know what I'm saying? But you know, me and Dolph was just cool. Everywhere I was going, I introduced him into 2 Chainz, introduced him into Gucci. You know what I'm saying? Telling everybody, man, I'm telling you, man, the next thing out of Memphis, Dolph. The next nigga out of Memphis, Dolph. I told everybody that. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of niggas who will tell you.
What songs you had with Dolph?
First song I ever did with Dolph was Flav, was on Welcome to Dolph World. Mm-hmm. Flav was Drumma Boy on the track. Yeah, I paid a lot for that. Flav, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was the first jump we did, and then I was on every project after that.
Okay. I feel like with Memphis, y'all have a lot of talent, but I feel like Memphis is just so divided. It's kind of weird. You know what I mean? Like, Atlanta is like all these artists in Atlanta, they all work together. You know, they kind of all came up together. Memphis is like, y'all have a lot of artists, but I feel like it's just so divided.
Cause it's like, I honestly felt like, man, I got to figure out how to rebrand the city we love to hate. You know what I'm saying? Cause it would just always be that. So I dropped a project called Welcome to My City, Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, Volume 4, which is considered the unification process of Memphis. Okay. You know what I mean? That's why I got the key to the city of Memphis and all that, and just doing what I can to bring guys together, to show positivity and to show that we can come together on certain shit. So, you know, for the most part, you know, we done a good job. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's you know, getting better and better. You know what I'm saying? As we, you know, have taken our L's. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's a lot of W's. It's a lot of wins. You know what I'm saying? God is showing a incredible example of unification and uplifting the city. You know what I'm saying? And Dolph was doing that too. You know what I mean? Those are the 2 of the biggest.
Do you think that they would have eventually settled their differences? Maybe
I think the depth of the entourage just make it too difficult. It might not be these 2 people, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you got to look at it like look at the world, look at the presidents, look at the real gangsters and mobs and bosses, man. At some point, you're gonna have to sit down at the table with your enemy.
I don't think I never thought Jeezy and Gucci would have had that versus. Do you think that could have eventually happened for them too?
I think it could have, you know what I'm saying, in a certain way. I just think that, you know what I mean, it's different. Like, if it was a business discrepancy or some shit like that, at some point, you know, it's gonna eat away your soul. It's gonna eat away your conscience. You're gonna, you know, feel like, damn, I should forget this guy. Or, you know what I mean? Damn, I did run off with his 200, or I did run off with his million. Here you go, man, with something on top, 1.5, 2 million, or whatever the fuck. I think situations like that are a little easier to handle. But I think once a nigga lose respect for you, you know what I mean, it ain't no turning back. Okay. You know what I mean? So at you know, whatever happened, or, you know, you show your hand and you show that you bringing up something that might not have nothing to do with money or business, and you bringing up some personal shit, I think it just make it difficult, you know what I'm saying?
Got you.
So you feel like the diss song was just kind of like, there's no resolution.
It went too personal. So I think once it go personal, it ain't no turning back.
The last question I want to ask was like, when I was talking about doing the split sheet, what about the people like that your homeboys is in there and they give you an idea to throw a line out? Do those guys be wanting percentages on publishing and things of that nature?
Sometimes, you know what I mean? Even if it's 1%, 2%, you gave me a line. You know what I'm saying? You might have gave me a bar. You might get a 0.5 or a point or something, you know what I mean? And like I've seen guys with 3% make 800,000. So, you know what I mean? I'd rather have a percentage of something than 100% of nothing.
To wrap it all up, how does your dad feel now?
Oh, my dad feel great, man. He just played clarinet on like 20 beats. You know what I'm saying? So
That's fire.
He's working and doing all kind of stuff. I'm trying to get him playing more jazz and by ear and stuff like that.
So he has embraced the hip hop.
Oh yeah, he called me like I'm riding around. I'm getting.
Would y'all ever do a joint project together?
Oh hell yeah, you know what I'm saying? Absolutely. We did 20 songs. I'm gonna try to get him back down here, do another 20 songs. I just bought him a Pro Tools setup, so he learning how to record on Pro Tools.
That's dope.
And all that. Yeah. He recording right out the house.
Well, I'm just so proud of your journey, and you know, all the accolades that you have came through and done.
Man, I appreciate
You
that.
actually don't know this, but I first met you. I was a leasing agent at an apartment complex.
For real?
Yep.
Look at him looking at you for real.
I had just moved to Atlanta.
That snuck past me right there.
So I just moved to Atlanta. I ain't had no money, so I was like, let me work and live at the same place.
Yeah.
And you had got an apartment for one of your artists. You put in your business name. I was your leasing agent.
That's
I wanted to
crazy.
just put that out. This is like 2000.
That's crazy.
2009.
What, that was Apex?
Apex.
Apex. Yeah, I can say that now because we ain't over there no more.
But I was the leasing agent over there.
That's
for like
crazy,
2 years, then I quit.
man. We was one of the first ones to move into Apex.
Yeah, it was brand new.
I lived there for a minute, and then bam, once I moved out, got another condo.
Yep.
Man, I was like, man, I got.
You had an artist who was a girl.
Artist, yep.
I forget her name though.
Yep. From New Orleans.
I forget her name, but it was a girl. I did your paperwork.
Oh, damn, that's crazy.
What happened to her?
She still rapping. You know what I'm saying? She had a baby. I think she got married, had a baby.
Okay.
Allie baby.
Okay, yeah, that was her.
Yeah.
She was short. She was short.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, from New Orleans, man.
I did your paperwork.
You said how the
And
world
you had all your shit in line too. I
Man,
did a
come
little
on,
credit
man.
check,
Absolutely.
everything smooth. You came. I remember you had a sheet of checks. I was like, damn, this is Drumma Boy. Oh man. Yeah.
What's Drumma Boy got coming up?
I'm working on my documentary, Behind the Hits, and the book coming out for pre-order on my birthday.
And you have Beauty and the Beats.
Absolutely, Beauty and the Beats podcast. Shout out to Jessica Dime, aka Dime.
And I
Peace.
talked to you when you were finished doing your podcast. That's how I got you over here.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we got another. She got a show coming out called The Mint. Y'all check that out on Now That's TV. That's gonna be super cool.
How did that come about? The Beauty and the Beast.
Man, me and Dime just been cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Gangsta Boo. I always been like, man, y'all need to work together. Man, y'all need to work together. Man, y'all need to work together. Okay. She from Memphis. Her husband, Sean Williams, is like my nigga. So Sean was, played for the Lakers, played for Miami Heat. Yeah. He out of Memphis too. And he was, spending money with me on a particular artist that ended up getting locked up. And man, we always just kept that relationship going. Me and Dime Peace was talking on the phone. We had just did a couple new records on her music. And we was like, man, what if we did a podcast together? And she was like, man, I'm down, Drum. I'm down. I was like, man, we'll kill that shit. So she was like, what we gonna call it? So I did a post on the Instagram. I was like, man, me and Dime Peace do a podcast. What we gonna call that joint? And man, a lot of people was like, man, Beauty and the Beats, Beauty and the Beats.
Nice.
Before we go, that's the camera right there.
Mm-hmm.
Can we get you and Zaytoven on this versus, man, or what?
I've been waiting on it, man. I'm doing a lot of work at ZTP. He doing some work with me at DSR. You know what I'm saying? We working heavily. We already did this, honestly, on the BMI. You know what I'm saying? But
I want to see another one.
Come on, let's go, man. Holla at Swiss.
And Tim.
You know what I'm saying? Timberland. What's up? What's happening, man? Can we get the verses or what, man? I think the people ready for it about now, man.
Yeah. Okay. Throughout all this time, were you in a relationship, or did you ever find yourself married at a point?
Never been married. I've been in and out of different relationships. You know what I mean? But it's like I've been on since high school. So for me, it's always been hard to know who to trust and who gonna really love you for this and who gonna, you know what I'm saying?
Especially being a ball player.
Oh yeah, like man, that shit just get tricky. You know what I'm saying? And I was so this my career, man. I'm focused on stoning in my name first and making a name for myself. And now I'm in a position, man, turning 40, 40 Years of Greatness birthday party coming up.
Hey.
Leo, you a Leo, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a Leo
you
too.
know what I'm saying?
When's the
And,
date?
August 11th.
When's your birthday?
August 11th.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, man, I was talking to a dude. He was like, man, life really don't start till you're 50. You know, so
What?
different people got their different, you know what I'm saying, perception, you know what I'm saying, or theory or whatever. So it just, you know, I feel like I'm young as hell, bro. I feel like I'm opening up a whole new chapter with the knowledge that I got, the energy that I have. Like, it's even more energy than I had then. And I'm moving more strategically. So,
Is that your daughter with you?
nah, that's my niece. That's Insane Wayne daughter.
Okay.
Selena.
Did you ever want kids yourself?
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? All that time is coming, you know what I'm
Okay,
saying? But
so
I wouldn't
no
have been
kids
able
yet.
to, no kids yet. I wouldn't have been able to do what I've done, you know what I'm saying, in a marriage or in a relationship and trying to divide myself. Anything I do, I'm going to give it 100%. So when I do go into that world and that chapter, I'm going to give that 100%. And I got enough producers under me now to where I can still take over the game, finish and complete albums, do movie scores, things of that nature, and still have a personal
I
life.
do want to say, and I do want to highlight your brother, R.I.P. to Insane Wayne. I met him multiple times. Great guy. When we lost him, I know that fucked you up. How were you able? And from the outside looking in, you did a great job maintaining yourself. But I didn't see you, you know, and I know you probably grieved in your own time if that happened. But
Absolutely.
I saw strength from you at a time where I was just like, you know, and I know his daughter is here, so I'm not trying to get too emotional about it, but I had such a high regard for him. That shit fucked me up. But I was strong because I saw you were strong.
Yeah.
How did you?
They honestly make me strong. Like, you know what I'm saying? My nephew, you know, knowing he was about to turn, you know, 18 at the time and she was turning 16 and, you know what I mean, Devin and Raven, the older kids that he got, you know, he left 4 grandbabies. You know what I mean? So just being there for my mama, like, okay, who mama gonna lean on? Who the kids gonna lean on? Who my brother's keeper? Like, I gotta step up and do everything I can to be the rock. You know what I'm saying? I went straight to the studio and dropped the whole project, my brother's keeper. You know what I'm saying? Rap project, just to get some of my emotions out, you know what I mean, and kind of speak on certain things that transpired.
Was that the therapeutic thing that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And it keep going, man, just seeing success in the family, you know what I mean, and doing everything that I know he want me to do, you know what I'm saying, or completing out his visions.
Thank you for talking.
That's very honorable. What are some career mistakes that you've seen or made yourself throughout your whole time?
Man, it might be getting behind in taxes, not taking tax money and putting that shit to the side. First thing we going buying is chains, cars, clothes, you know what I'm saying, throwing ones in the strip club, all this shit. You might say thank you to the strippers before you say thank you to Uncle Sam, you know what I'm saying? And man, it's little things like that at the end of the year when you see you owe $70,000 or $60,000 or $30,000 or whatever it is, man, have that money to the side, you know what I'm saying? Pay them taxes, because you get behind, now you getting hit with extra $5,000 penalty, an extra $10,000 penalty. Like, the penalties are so harsh and heavy, it don't even make sense. So you should, you know, just pay that shit up front. You know what I mean? You can even do estimated payments, you know what I'm saying, and pay quarterly. So at the end of the year, you might owe 30, but you made 15,000 in estimated payments. Okay, so now you just got 15 left. So it make things a little easier. But outside of that, you know, I always been on the business. I always been on the split sheets, been on the publishing, you know what I'm saying, the best lawyers. And shout out Squeak, man, the management. That's always kept me grounded, having older guys around. Shout out to TR, Terry Ross. We just did the All White with D Nice at Carnegie Hall. It's just been great to have a dope management squad.
Message. It is time for Baller Mail. Dear Baller Alert, my lady is moving in with me and it's eating me up inside that we didn't discuss how we are going to split the bills. What's the best way for me to say that I'd want her to go half on the bills?
Tell her you want to go half on the bills.
Yeah, it's that simple.
Yeah, I got that. I got my half.
Yeah, you sound like a young man. This sounds like y'all are in college. Because you supposed to have this conversation before. You sound like you in the moving truck and you DM me, my boy. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like she already about to move in right now.
Yeah.
I will say, if it's your crib and it's already your crib, you already paying them bills, ain't you?
But it sounds like they're moving into a new spot together.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's the gist I got. Like they finna go get a new spot or something.
Just communicate with a young man.
That's what a relationship is about: communication, honesty. Be honest and say that you.
And if you can't do it, don't feel like you forced to do the shit. Like, you know what I mean? If you ain't ready, be like, man, I ain't, I don't think I'm ready to handle that move yet. You know what I'm saying? And speak on it.
Yeah, I would definitely say definitely be honest for sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
Before we get out of here, we got a pep talk with Drumma Boy.
Yeah. This your boy Drumma Boy, aka D-Boy Fresh, man. And this pep talk with me, I would say, man, copyright your music. You know what I'm saying? Before you sending it in to anybody. You know what I mean? So they don't be stealing your ideas and whatnot. I preach that. Make sure you do a split sheet so you know who go to what. You know what I'm saying? What percentage going where? You know what I'm saying? The name, sign off on it. Okay, 20%, 10. All right, that's 150. That's the music side. Then we got another 25%. You wrote the verse and we did the hook and whatnot together and I did my verse. Man, we split that 25-25. You know what I'm saying? Sign off on it. That shows the 100% of the music where it goes. Bam, everybody get their money.
How long does it take from the time you write the song to the cut the check time?
Usually it's generated after at least 3 months.
Okay.
So I think it's like 2 months, 3 months of it generating, and then depending on where it lands, you're gonna get more money when it's playing on radio. So
that's why everybody want their song on the radio.
Right. Not everybody got that radio budget.
But now, though, do you think that's so important with so many streaming services?
Hell yeah. Radio is still a lot of people listening in the cars. There's still a lot of people you're going to touch. That's still a fan base of people that you're going to, you know what I mean? When you get to those areas and perform live, they know your words.
And correct me if I'm wrong, radio gives a higher return because the streaming is not as much.
Absolutely.
Correct?
Streaming is like piss poor compared to radio. You know what I mean? So you want your stuff on TV, on sync, and radio.
And licensing is a very big moneymaker.
Huge. I honestly,
I'm
battling myself.
Sync
like,
is
okay, I've generated, man, at least 20 mil just on the music side. But then, okay, man, I'm on my ass on the sync side.
What's sync?
Sync is the licensing.
TV placement.
TV.
So,
Got you.
I just did a Hulu placement.
Gotcha.
I just did. I can't even.
Okay.
Much, but I'm working on a couple documentaries,
but
couple
movies
and
TVs
movie scores
and
and stuff like that. That's sync.
How'd you get into that?
I always been in that just from the orchestra side. So that's where that knowledge come back, being able to compose and arrange and create things to match the emotion of what you see.
You can read notes and shit.
Absolutely.
Or how does a person get into wanting if a Joe Blow wants to have his stuff in TV, how do they get into that?
First, you got to practice and be good at what you do. So you could take a movie, like I used to watch TV, right? And I could record no sound, turn the music on mute, and record 30 seconds of something you watching on TV, right? And then you can take that MOV file, import it into your Pro Tools, and make music to it. So you can make your own music to what you just recorded on your phone.
Oh, you crazy. That's crazy.
And now you practice scoring to see when you watch it back, how does it make you feel? Does it feel like this music is in the right spot? And going back and forth and picking the right music in these different sections to make this shit feel, if not better than what the music was originally.
But how do they get it there? Do they upload it on a website or do they have to, how would
relationships,
they? Okay.
You know what I mean? Going to scoring conventions, going to, a lot of these events and meeting these people, you know what I mean? Or you can Google how to submit for different sync and you'll find opportunities on Google where they might have submissions for this movie coming up in an email or submissions for this movie coming up in an email. And just tap in, like you never know. But before you send those emails, make sure the music you've made is copywritten.
Got you.
So now if they take something or replay something or use your shit and you ain't even know it, you can go back and sue because you're the copyright owner. You know what I mean? That piece of paper that they send you from the Library of Congress, that stands up in court very well.